Hello YouTube and welcome to the channel. Now then, today's little video is going to be concerning a couple of tips I want to share with you guys with regards to removing pins and screws. I mean, this goes for all RCs, but in particular Wltoys, because if you've ever owned a Wltoys buggy like a 144001 or even the new 124019/18, you will know that Wltoys is a massive fan of gluing motor mount screws and post screws in so that you can't get them out. And the amount of screws and bolts and that I've actually snapped trying to remove them, well, I've lost count. So I thought I'd share a couple of tips with you guys on hopefully how to remove these screws without breaking anything. I mean, this chassis is actually off a 124019, and you can see now, I don't know if you can see there, that underneath the motor and round there, see how they've used adhesive to stick the can as well as the motor mount onto the chassis. Now the first tip I'm going to share with you is one where we just use a screwdriver to break the adhesive seal, and hopefully that will allow us to remove the screw. So if you get some bubble wrap or a towel or anything, just something to protect the top of the workbench and whatever it is you're working on, place one of the screwdrivers in the head of the screw, and with the other one give it a sharp tap. Now normally, I say normally because it doesn't always work, but normally that's it. It's just enough to break that seal of adhesive and the screw comes out. So I'll go ahead, take that one out, do the same on the other one. Now this tends to work a treat with motor mounts. Sharp tap, that's it. It's basically broken the, like I say, broken the adhesive seal. So now we've got those out, we'll go ahead and remove them. Look at that. I wonder if this isn't adhesive. I wonder if it's like a thermal paste that Wltoys have started putting on everything, just to transfer a little bit of heat from the can to the chassis, because of course the chassis would make an excellent heat sink. There you go, look at that. So it's not adhesive, it must be like a thermal paste. The second tip is we're going to use a bit of heat to get these posts out. Now I've tried this screwdriver trick before, trying to break the seal. It's not really that effective on these posts, but using a bit of heat from a soldering iron is. Obviously you've got to have a soldering iron or something like that, but I've got the perfect one here. It's like a little Antex soldering iron with a needle tip on it. So all I do is literally, and this doesn't burn the table because it doesn't get hot enough, but I place the soldering iron in the thread hole at the top of one of the posts and leave it for 5 minutes, let it get nice and warm, and it melts the glue at the bottom. So I'm going to leave that for a couple of minutes and then we'll come back to it. Now I don't know whether you can see this, but the soldering iron's been on for a couple of minutes and the glue is now molten. So what we'll do is, come on, focus, you bugger, that's it. What we'll do now is take the soldering out and see if we can remove it. And don't forget, this is going to be hot, so just be careful. Like I say, it doesn't get hot enough to burn the desk or anything. That's it. Then once that's sort of been released there, if we get a pair of pliers on the shaft, there we go. That's going to be hot, remember, so don't touch it. But there we go, one post removed without any snap pins. So I'll go ahead and we'll repeat the process on this post here. Okay, that's been cooking for a couple of minutes. Let's take it out, see if we can't remove that pin. Break the seal, gently get our pliers on the other side. There There we go. And that's pretty much it really, folks. Let's get it out. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's hot. So there you have it, my couple of top tips for removing glued in pins and screws on RCs. It'll obviously work for anything. Don't try the soldering iron thing with a plastic chassis, because you could end up in some real trouble. But I found those two techniques work very well, especially on Wltoys, because they absolutely love gluing everything together. And the amount of pins that I've snapped trying to get the screws out, well, I've lost count. Anyway, if you found this video of some use and interest, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you're feeling that way inclined, hit that subscribe button at the bottom. It makes a massive difference to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you again soon.